What's your question for Caitlin?
My question today is, what's the hardest part about playing basketball?
At the end of the day, none of it's hard. You're really lucky that you get to be able to do it. So, obviously there's ups and downs and there's hard moments, but that's just life.
It's a real pity Caitlin Clark isn't playing.
Caitlin, no one is more disappointed than yourself that you're not going to be able to play because of injury. How are you feeling right now?
I'm feeling good. I'm just excited to be out here, see everybody.
Caitlin Clark may be out injured, but the vibe's still very high at WNBA All-Star Week.
Just to show y'all the vibe. Caitlin Clark in the building. This is just the vibe.
You're rocking with Caitlin.
She's been very active on the sideline when she wasn't playing.
She means a lot more to the game than just showing up and playing.
We know the persona of Caitlin Clark. She's everywhere.
She didn't play a single minute, but still managed to steal the entire show.
Everywhere Caitlin Clark has gone, she has been swarmed.
Caitlin Clark just sold out the WNBA All-Star Game with her presence alone. Fans swarmed every corner just to catch a glimpse of her.
Somewhere behind this ridiculous crowd is Caitlin Clark. Caitlin Clark making time for her fans.
Caitlin Clark outside taking pictures of fans outside of Cambridge.
If you're 100% Team Caitlin, drop a 100% in the comments right now. Let's break down the madness she caused without even stepping on the court.
You're rocking with Caitlin. The star power that is Caitlin Clark.
Caitlin Clark may have been sidelined by injury, but make no mistake.
I'm incredibly sad I can't participate. I will still be at Gainbridge helping Sandy coach our team to a win.
She was the centerpiece of the entire All-Star weekend. The game was completely sold out, and everywhere she went, crowds followed like a magnet.
Everywhere Caitlin Clark has gone, she has been swarmed.
This wasn't just hype. This was a cultural moment.
The constant theme has been about just how big the presence is here, how many people are here, how much attention is around the game.
From the second fans arrived in Indianapolis, the energy was electric, and most of it was centered around one name, Caitlin. Cameras captured hundreds, even thousands, gathered just to see her walk by. Security had to ramp up, surrounding her with nearly 10 guards everywhere she went.
She has literally not been seen without about 10 security guards.
Let that sink in. Not because she was playing, but because her mere presence demanded it. Reporters even noted scenes where little girls wore her jersey, proudly waiting hours just to get a glimpse of their idol.
There were a bunch of people, little girls, who had your jersey.
That's the kind of generational impact Caitlin is already making. She talked about how special that was, saying it never gets old to see young girls and boys rocking her name, because not long ago, she was that little girl in the crowd.
And it's something that never gets old, truly. Like to see young girls and even young boys wear your jersey or want a picture or want an autograph. Every time I walk out in the arena and people are screaming and cheering, like they could care less how many points I score or how many minutes I play.
Now she's the reason the crowd shows up. During an appearance on live TV right in the heart of Indianapolis, she was surrounded by roaring fans. And the host made it clear, this energy, this turnout, this sold-out crowd.
Imagine if she hit like 5 fours in a minute and she has 20 points in a minute of All-Star action.
It's because of her. People weren't just watching basketball, they were watching a movement. Even All-Star event organizers acknowledged it. The tickets were gone, the city was buzzing, and Caitlin wasn't even playing.
She was a captain. She was supposed to be the favorite in a 3-point competition on her home court. They literally changed the All-Star Game rules.
But it didn't matter. She was the show, and fans weren't quiet about it either. On social media, people were sharing clips, photos, and reactions with one common thread. I came to see Caitlin Clark. Whether she was giving out trophies, taking selfies, or rebounding balls at warm-ups, the crowd didn't care what she was doing. They just wanted to be near her. And here's the kicker. An 8-year-old fan named My Joy was gifted 4 tickets to the sold-out game live on air.
You're going to get 4 tickets to tonight's skills competition and the 3-point competition. Wait a minute. You know what's coming up next. You're also getting 4 tickets to the sold-out All-Star Game.
All because she had a question for Caitlin.
What's your question for Caitlin?
My question today is, what's the hardest part about playing basketball?
Ooh, it's a good question.
That's the level of emotion and connection Caitlin brings. She's not just a basketball player, she's the heartbeat of the WNBA right now. Even opposing players admitted it. Sabrina Ionescu said Caitlin means more to the game than just playing.
Caitlin Clark knows is in my city. I need to be there, so she'll be there.
And the packed stands proved it. This wasn't just an all-star game. It was a Caitlin Clark weekend, and the ticket sales, crowds, and cameras made that crystal clear.
Caitlin Clark, although she's not playing, she can still be a part of a whole lot of fun things that are going to happen.
Caitlin Clark didn't need a jersey or a stat line to dominate the 2025 WNBA All-Star Weekend. She did it in sneakers, sweats, and a smile. From pop-up appearances to media interviews to taking over coaching duties, she wasn't just present, she was the event. Let's start with the visuals. From the moment she touched down in Indianapolis, Caitlin was swarmed by fans at every stop. Airports, arenas, media zones, and even community courts.
Not only to the fans, not only to the people, not only to the league, but to Caitlin Clark. This was a big deal. In front of her home fans. This is the first All-Star game in Indianapolis in league history.
One reporter put it best. Somewhere behind this ridiculous crowd is Caitlin Clark. She wasn't hiding. She was everywhere. It was almost surreal, as if there were multiple versions of her appearing all over the city at once. She was spotted at youth tournaments, casually handing out trophies,
Giving a trophy for a 3-on-3 youth basketball tournament.
with fans stunned by her surprise appearance. Imagine being a young athlete getting your first big trophy, and Caitlin Clark walks out to hand it to you. That's a core memory for life, and a masterclass in how to stay connected to the game beyond the spotlight. Then there was her role as an assistant coach for Team WNBA.
Helping Sandy Brondello out as a coach for Team Caitlin Clark.
Caitlin Clark will be assistant Sandy in coaching the basketball team.
Rather than sitting this one out quietly, Caitlin jumped in beside head coach Sandy Brondello. She took on a leadership role, directing, motivating, and hyping her teammates from the sidelines like a veteran. Coach Sandy even admitted that she was willing to give Caitlin as much of the coaching hat as she wants.
She's going to still have a great impact on this team. I will give the coaching hat to her as much as she wants.
Praising her energy and sideline presence. Clark, ever the competitor, wasn't content to sit back. She was vocal, animated, and locked in.
She's been very active on the sideline when she wasn't playing, so we'll utilize that as well.
Players fed off her vibe. Cameras frequently caught her drawing up plays, clapping for teammates, and even dribbling between her legs during shoot-around.
Caitlin Clark is seen dribbling a basketball in between her legs, which is a good sign. For her to be able to do this.
Hinting she's on the road to recovery, but also reminding everyone that she's still got it.
Kelsey, what did you make of Lexi Hull taking Caitlin Clark's spot in the three-point contest?
I'm just, on a serious note, I think that Lexi deserves it. I think that CC's dope for making sure that happened, or the WNBA for that matter, I don't know. And I think that for the Fever, it's just a good way to represent and have someone that, this city loves, and who Lexi is on the floor just kind of represents who we want to embody for our three-point contest. So it's fun, and I hope she represents as well. Have a great hope. Lexi deserves it. I think that CC's dope for making sure that happened.
And then came the viral fan moments. Clark didn't just do a few autographs behind closed doors. She walked into the crowd, took selfies.
Caitlin Clark outside taking pictures of fans outside of Cambridge.
Signed jerseys.
Caitlin Clark making time for her fans.
Caitlin Clark signing autographs just to show y'all the vibe. Caitlin Clark in the building. This is just a vibe.
And even danced on stage at fan events. She was filmed laughing with fans, embracing kids, and staying out until late at night, still showing up the next morning for media and coaching. Who else is partying at night, dribbling the next morning, and coaching the same day?
Busiest day in the history of busy days.
Despite partying all last night, Caitlin Clark made it her business to get back up and get ready for the All-Star game.
All while injured. And don't forget the impromptu meet and greets outside Gainbridge Fieldhouse. Fans were shocked to see her casually walking among them.
Somewhere behind this ridiculous crowd is Caitlin Clark.
She made herself accessible in a way that most superstars rarely do. It wasn't PR, it was personal.
She doing pop-up meet and greets. She's damn sure making it her business to touch and react damn near to every fan.
She didn't let the injury stop her from being everywhere she could.
Photos are starting to surface of Caitlin Clark actually shooting the ball.
media row, community events.
She showed up at a Wilson event. Which is big as well. Like, she went and showed up to it. Which obviously, again, really matters.
Courtside interviews, skills contests, and fan festivals. One fan jokingly said, "There must be two Caitlin Clarks."
That she's been in 17 places at once.
Because there's no way one person is doing all this. And honestly, it felt that way. Even the Good Morning America appearance added another layer to her reach. Millions of viewers at home got to see Caitlin in her element, talking about her love for the game, her passion for inspiring kids, and her plans to still impact the All-Star game from the sidelines.
Nobody else in this WNBA, now or in the past, has ever carried a league as she does.
There was no self-pity, only positivity and perspective. And what's even more impressive, she was doing all this while recovering from an injury, proving she's not just a player, she's a presence. She's emotionally intelligent, media savvy, grounded, and most importantly, fully committed to her fans and the league. Her absence from the court didn't weaken the weekend. It strengthened it, because the story wasn't just about how she plays, but who she is. And by being omnipresent, approachable, and involved, Caitlin Clark turned the All-Star weekend into a full-blown Caitlin Clark experience.
She's very much been part of the festivities. And it's been big.
The court was missing her jump shot, but everywhere else, she made it clear she's the face of the league, and she doesn't even need to suit up to prove it.
She'll still have moments of charm, charisma.
Caitlin Clark isn't just dominating the court, she's transforming the culture of basketball. What happened at the 2025 WNBA All-Star Weekend wasn't just a sports story, it was a pop culture phenomenon.
We've had so much growth over these last few years. I'm excited what it looks like as we move forward.
A media frenzy and a signal to the world that women's basketball has a new face, a new energy, and it's wearing number 22. Let's start with what's happening on the streets and in the stands. You didn't need a ticket to feel her impact. Fans mobbed her everywhere she went, not just in the arena, but outside it, in the city, in fan zones, and at local events. One moment she's on live television, surrounded by screaming fans. The next, she's casually taking photos with children in a crowd of hundreds.
Caitlin Clark outside taking pictures of fans outside of Cambridge.
Somewhere behind this ridiculous crowd is Caitlin Clark. Caitlin Clark making time for her fans.
And it's not just kids, adults, parents, grandparents. All generations showed up to see Caitlin Clark, even if it meant just catching a glimpse. That's rare. That's superstar energy. But here's what separates her. She shows up for the people. When most athletes are ushered through side doors and VIP areas, Caitlin was out front. She was attending every event she could, including ones she wasn't scheduled for. Shaking hands, signing autographs, encouraging young players.
The support is just so amazing. Every single night we step out on that court, we hear you guys cheering for us, whether we're home, whether we're away. So really just take this moment to shout you guys out, because you guys are a big reason this game continues to grow.
Rebounding during warm-ups, even coaching a team at the All-Star game. She didn't just make appearances, she elevated the experience for everyone around her. Kids who had never been to a WNBA game now have posters of Caitlin Clark on their walls. First-time fans walked away emotionally connected to her. That's not strategy, that's sincerity. But with fame this big, Caitlin has also become the center of intense public discourse.
That's a 23-year-old that gave that answer. Don't ever take that for granted. That girl is not 40. She's 23, and she gave that answer. And she's been bombarded with questions about racism and xenophobia all year.
Often unfairly so. Despite her genuine efforts, critics have tried to twist her every move, accusing her of not doing enough, or not saying enough, or not being the image they want her to be. Some went as far as blaming her for not selecting certain players in the All-Star draft, as if every pick had to be a political statement. Others accused her of trading coaches and fueling division, when in fact the decision was already discussed behind the scenes.
It's a real pity Caitlin Clark isn't playing.
Caitlin, no one is more disappointed than yourself that you're not going to be able to play because of injury. How are you feeling right now?
I'm feeling good. I'm just excited to be out here, see everybody.
Caitlin Clark may be out injured, but the vibe's still very high at WNBA All-Star Week.
Just to show y'all the vibe. Caitlin Clark in the building. This is just a vibe.
You're rocking with Caitlin.
She's been very active on the sideline when she wasn't playing.
She means a lot more to the game than just showing up and playing.
We know the persona of Caitlin Clark. She's everywhere.
And likely had zero to do with malice. The media jumped on narratives that were thin at best, forcing her into conversations she never asked for. And yet, she handled it all with remarkable maturity. She didn't clap back. She didn't make it about herself. She stayed focused on the fans, the fun, and the game. Even as she was being targeted, she kept signing jerseys, kept coaching, kept smiling.
She's just signing random things.
Criticized Caitlin Clark for not picking Angel Reese in the All-Star game. They also attacked Caitlin Clark for trading coaches.
Caitlin Clark could quiet some of the worst of her fan base, some of those people you were just referring to, by selecting Angel Reese to her All-Star team, acknowledging that there will be some who will still send all those, horrific racist messages to Reese and other players.
It's the kind of pressure that would break most 23-year-olds. But Caitlin, she's built for this. That's why even fellow players like Sabrina Ionescu came forward to defend her.
Sabrina Ionescu is, she's saying that Caitlin's so important for basketball, and today kind of shows it.
Sabrina said it plainly. Caitlin means more to the game than just playing. Her presence alone brought energy to the city and life to the league. And she's not wrong. It's because of Caitlin that All-Star Weekend exploded into one of the most attended and talked about events in recent WNBA history. Meanwhile, while critics were podcasting, Caitlin was working. She was helping the league grow. She was drawing in new fans, many of whom are watching women's basketball for the first time in their lives because of her. From the moment she entered the league, WNBA ratings, ticket sales, and merchandise have surged. Caitlin Clark is doing more than just playing basketball. She's rewriting the narrative of what's possible for women in sports.
She means a lot more to the game than just showing up and playing. And I think you're able to see that with just the excitement in Indy right now, regardless of if she's playing or not.
She's bringing attention, money, fans, and a new generation of girls who now believe they can be more than role players. They can be icons. And she's doing it all while being herself. Bold, competitive, funny, unapologetic, and kind. Not everyone can handle that, but greatness always comes with friction. It always comes with pressure. The difference is, Caitlin isn't cracking under it. She's rising higher and louder every single week. This All-Star Weekend wasn't just about basketball. It was about culture.
This year's All-Star Weekend does seem to be the biggest and the best.
And no matter who stepped on the court, Caitlin Clark was the main character. Not because she wanted the spotlight, but because the spotlight followed her everywhere. She's not just changing the WNBA, she's changing how we talk about women athletes. She's creating a cultural shift in real time. And we're all witnessing it, whether you're cheering from the crowd or criticizing from the sidelines.
What's your question for Caitlin?
My question today is, what's the hardest part about playing basketball?
Ooh, it's a good question. Honestly, at the end of the day, none of it's hard. You're really lucky that you get to be able to do it. So, obviously there's ups and downs and there's hard moments, but that's just life. And I think if you have good perspective on it, and I think all of us just always try to remind ourselves how lucky we are to be able to get to do this every single night. And we worked really hard to be here. We were in your shoes at one point.
But one thing is clear, Caitlin Clark is here to stay, and she's just getting started.
It does take some of the air, a significant amount of the air out of WNBA All-Star Weekend.
She didn't need a jersey. She didn't need a box score. Caitlin Clark sold out the WNBA All-Star Game with 0 minutes on the clock. Just her presence alone sent shockwaves through the entire league. From packed arenas to citywide fan frenzies, she proved what we already knew. Caitlin isn't just a player. She's a force, a movement, a symbol of how far the game has come and where it's headed next. And while critics nitpick and try to drag her into drama, she keeps showing up, giving back, and lifting the game higher.
We're with you 100%, CC.
Caitlin Clark actually worrying about herself this time. Putting herself first, because she put the league, she put everybody before her every time.
She brings eyes to the game so that the next generation can come out and thrive. Just a dynamic player, just exciting to watch. Fans eat it right up.
With her voice, her energy, and her heart. So if you believe Caitlin Clark is changing the game forever, smash that like button, drop 100% Team Caitlin in the comments, and share this with someone who needs to see what greatness really looks like. This isn't just her era, it's the beginning of a legacy. We'll see you courtside.